Picture this. It's the mid-90s in New York City. The sound of hip-hop has shifted. Everything is darker now, rougher, more stripped back. In Queensbridge, a duo is trying to break through in the industry. Nas has just changed everything with Illmatic, and the pressure in the city and in their own neighborhood is rising. Their first album didn't really take off commercially, so now they're trying to redefine themselves and prove they belong in that same space. Times are cold, stressful, and real. That's the environment this beat comes from. And according to Prodigy, this one almost didn't make it out. Havoc wasn't fully feeling it at first, so today I'm rebuilding it from scratch, starting with the drums. Q-Tip actually helped program the drums for this track. The original was done on an MPC 60, which is a big part of why it hits that hard. I'm using an MPC 2000 XL for this remake, but I'm going to resample everything at 12-bit 44.1 kilohertz to get closer to that MPC 60 character. A bit more grit, less top end. Before locking anything in, I actually went through a few different drum sounds. Some were too clean, some hit too soft. So I dug deeper and found a drum pack with the original drums from the infamous album that I used on other remakes too. The pattern itself is very minimal, just a kick, snare, an 808, and a simple hi-hat. But the important part isn't what's added, it's how he uses those sounds to create a hard knock-in pattern that will get your head bobbing later on when I will add the main sample. Once the drums are finished, I stop touching them. Now I need to build the other half of the beat. The sample is what's going to carry the atmosphere. So I go into the EPS 16 Plus. The main sample used in Survival of the Fittest comes from Skylark by Al Cohn and the Barry Harris Trio. The loop itself is pretty simple. The hard part isn't finding the sample, it's getting the pitch and timing right. One of the biggest changes Havoc made was pitching the sample down by roughly 11 semitones. At its original pitch, it has a completely different feel, but once it's slowed down and dropped, it becomes the dark piano loop everyone recognizes. So the first thing I do is load the sample into the EPS and match the pitch before anything else. After that, I find the exact loop point and let it run against the drums. There are also 2 more additional samples used throughout the record, To All the Beautiful Black Women and Jeeps Blues by the Kashmir Stage Band. After I finish with the main loop, I'll bring those in as well. Listening back to it now, it's hard to imagine anyone passing on this beat. But according to Prodigy, that's exactly what almost happened. When Havoc first made the beat, he wasn't fully convinced by it and reportedly wanted to delete it from the sampler. Before that happened, people around them heard it and immediately reacted to it. That reaction is what made them keep it, and instead of being scrapped, it ended up becoming one of the standout singles from the infamous album. Also, one of the lines in the song Thug Life, We Still Live in It, was later interpreted by Tupac as a diss, especially after he had stepped away from the Thug Life movement. That misunderstanding became part of the tension that fed into the larger East Coast versus West Coast atmosphere that was building at the time. But once you strip all of that away, you're still left with the beat itself. So I will track everything I got into FL Studio and start mixing it and laying out the structure. Once everything is tracked in FL Studio, I do a light mix just to balance the levels and make sure nothing is clashing. It's nothing heavy, mostly just getting the drums and the sample to sit properly together, EQing and compressing, making sure the low end doesn't fight, and that the loop still has the same raw feel it had in the EPS. After that, I focus on structure, just arranging the song same as the original so it feels like a complete record from start to finish. Once that's done, I let the whole beat run through from top to bottom. No cuts, no changes, just the finished result playing in full, and that's it. from the original drums to the samples and stories to the final arrangement in FL Studio. Nothing added, nothing changed, just rebuilt step by step. That's what went into making Survival of the Fittest. Thanks for watching.